viewers nanan, nice to be back here in Cebu. We're already in the final stretch. This is my second or third time to be in Cebu. I'm going to Cebu and Bohol. Ano na lang, of course, trying to remind the voters, of course, and trying to get the support of Cebuanos and Boholanos. I'm hoping that they will support me in my Senate comeback bid this time. It has been a very tough campaign for me. I have to be honest with you. It's difficult to be campaigning independently. No? Although I'm an NPC, I'm a member of NPC, but I've been moving mostly alone. Sometimes I join Senator Lacson and Soto because I'm NPC. Sometimes with Jordan Isco and Senator Andy Pacquiao because they also adopted me. So as guest candidate, I showed up a few times. And recently, sa Unity, no? I'm not part of Unity, but a lot of organizers have been inviting me, to the rallies. So it has been a very, very difficult, probably the most difficult political battle in my life. It's difficult to run independently. Kita niyo naman kulay kahoy na. But I think it has its rewards. I'm very, very happy that in spite of the circumstances I'm in, I'm not with any major presidential team. I had problems with lack of funds because I just ran 2019 and then 2022 na naman. It's national elections is very expensive, no? And last but not the least, my dilemma because my brother is also running. But given all of these circumstances, that time my ratings are going up steadily. Trajectory is very good. So it's very encouraging. I'm hoping that I finish strong. Also, I decided na obvious, as I mentioned, it was a difficult battle. I know from the start that it wouldn't be an uphill battle from the start, but I decided to run anyway because I have a mission and obligation to fulfill and complete. That is to finish the Universal Healthcare Law, of which I am the principal sponsor and author of this landmark legislation. Yes, it was passed 2019, but it's a work in progress. No? So I think the wisdom of the principal sponsor will be very helpful, especially in its early years of implementation. So it's an ambitious measure that all Cebuanos, all Filipinos will now be covered by PhilHealth. And our target is dapat yung mga indigents, mga mahirap, senior citizens, and PWDs. Target natin, zero balance billing, meaning they don't have to pay hospitalization. Sagot na ng gobyerno. No? That will be our target when fully implemented. In Central Visayas in particular, in Cebu and Bohol, one of the main programs of the Universal Healthcare is the Health Facilities Enhancement Program, priority programs. We have established a lung, kidney, heart, and cancer center right here in the Soto Medical Center, which will serve both Bohol and Cebu. We have one also in Iloilo and Western Visayas Medical Center. We have two in Mindanao, one in Northern Luzon, and one in Bicol. So all of these are under construction, under progress pa yung development and construction. Because before sa Manila lang lahat, Philippine Heart Center of the Philippines, National Kidney Technician lang Center are all in Manila. So from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, Northern Luzon, they all go to Metro Manila for complicated cases. Now that we have strategic lung, kidney, heart, and cancer center in different areas. So this is one of the things that I really would want to continue. I want to pick up where I left off, na matuloy natin to. No? So that for the convenience and for the improvement of the services to all Filipinos. No? So, yun. I think that's the main purpose of me running in spite of the circumstances is because I really want to finish this. Also, in Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, another landmark legislation which I'm also the principal sponsor. Now that we have a full-fledged department now that will look into the housing program of government. So, yun, these are two landmark laws that I really would want to focus on. Plus yung mga infrastructure development, DOTR, most of the railway projects, most of the airport grading and improvement, I was the one who defended in the Senate, and that has been my advocacy because this will spread out the development to the countrysides and produce jobs and opportunities. So I'm hoping sana matuloy ko lahat ito kasi sayang, nasimulan na natin. These are not promises, no? These are all ongoing, but it's different if the principal sponsor and author is there to oversee the proper implementation. So yeah, I'm open to a question.
Sir, kumusta na yung motorcycle plates, sir? Anong update to, sir, yung malaking plates?
Well, that has been an issue in 2019, ma'am. But I think I have explained that several times that I am pushing really for the RFID scanner system. No? I signed not because I was in favor of the doble placa law, but I signed because I was presenting an alternative for the BICAM to consider. Kasi hindi naman lahat naiintindihan yung lawmaking. So as a rider, of course, I was pushing because RFID will minimize the discrimination on riders kasi magiging very easy na. Scanner na lang for policemen also. So wala na tayong delays, wala nang hassle in checkpoints. It will be easier for policemen and riders. So that is what I am really pushing for. Again, I am not in favor of the doble placa. I am pushing for the RFID scanner system to lessen, if not remove, eliminate discrimination on the riding community.
Kumusta naman yung pag-tour mo sa entire Philippines, sir?
Very encouraging. Despite the fact that I am traveling mostly alone and campaigning alone. I'm not a celebrity, I'm not really that popular, but everywhere I go, I'm very warmly received. Mainit yung pagtanggap sa atin kahit saan tayo pumunta. Being in politics for almost 20 years, if I think if that will be the gauge, no, on the reception, on chances of winning, I can feel it that the reception now, for some reason, is warmer than 2019. Probably people have recognized and are appreciative of my efforts, no, lalo ng Universal Healthcare Law, Department of Human Settlements, among others. So probably they only found out after, no, that I didn't make it in 2019 because in 2019 I was part of the Humpong Nagbabago together with my brother. Ang na-highlight was the sibling rivalry issue.
Yeah.
So I passed to landmark legislation which was passed to February of 2019, which did not even make the headlines, was not even discussed during the whole campaign. So probably it turned out to be a blessing in disguise that I am campaigning alone, that I am able to elaborate more on my accomplishments and my plans and platforms.
Aside from being part of the one of the mga ongoing na mga projects ngayon at programs sa Senate, ano yung lamang mo, sir, sa ibang kandidato?
Lamang ko sa ibang kandidato. Well, I'm not popular, I'm not a celebrity. That is, syempre, it's difficult, but its popularity is very important in national election because of name recall. Probably may positive trend, di ko sabing lamang ako. But I think it's my good performance and good track record, kaya nga good one. No? I'm not implying anything, but in my 18 years of being a public servant, I have no issue of corruption. I have no scams or scandals. My claim has, and my name and integrity has remained intact up to now, unblemished. In my 18 years as public servant, as mayor, as congressman, as senator of the republic. And also, as mayor, I was a 10th Outstanding Yaman Awardee for Public Administration. San Juan became a city. Lowest poverty incidence in the country. Best fiscally managed LGU. And when I was in Congress and Senate, I was able to pass a lot of significant laws. Free Higher Education Act, I'm also a principal author. But I think the two landmark legislations, no, Universal Healthcare Law and creation of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development are the main, are probably my biggest accomplishment. So I think that's the edge. No? Good performance, good track record, probably good character, and hindi ka, a good person.
So, sir, it's been 6 days na po election na. Ba't kailangan po kayo iboto ng mga Cebuano, lalo na sa mga decided at sa mababang botante, sir?
Well, ako'y nakikiusap, I'm appealing, nakikiusap talaga ako sa mga Cebuanos, no, sa mga decided, patapusin lang ako sa Universal Healthcare Law. That is my main objective on why I decided to run for the Senate. Kaya kahit mahirap yung laban, nag-decide ako lumaban kasi gusto kong tapusin ito. No, kung isipin ko lang na yung resume ko, no, I think to landmark legislation, ang ganda lang ng accomplishments ko, but I don't want it half-baked. Gusto ko yung talagang nararamdaman ng bawat Pilipino. No? It's a work in progress. We still have a lot of things to finish. Yung lung, kidney, heart center, the improvement of the health facilities in all the provinces, the establishment of the service delivery network of health services, yung healthcare workers, no, yung kanilang benefits, privileges, salaries, no, we have to look into that also as part of UHC. Last but not the least, yung PhilHealth, it has to be rehabilitated, reformed, so that it can serve the people better, because that's the primary agency tasked to implement the universal healthcare law. So, yun po, talagang pakiusap ko, hayaan na akong tapusin ang universal healthcare law hanggat ito'y maramdaman na ng bawat Cebuano, ng bawat Pilipino. Then I could say, I can probably retire already, at least talagang kompleto yung pangako ko nun, what I have promised in 2013, at least nagawa na natin. Guminhawa ang buhay ng bawat Pilipino, we have improved the quality of lives of our people.
Sir, if given a chance to be elected again, ano pa yung gusto mong bill na i-file, sir?
Well, ako talaga, yung implementation of UHC, number 1, number 2, Department of Human Settlements, to make sure that it is implemented properly in the direction that I have the principal sponsors envision, no? Township development, better housing program, na hindi lang yung pinakamura, doon mag-develop. Dapat kompleto, access to education, healthcare, livelihood, and others. Dapat township development ang trust na natin yun. My other advocacy is really transportation, modernization, and infrastructure development, because I think this will spread out the development to the countrysides. No? Now it's only Metro Manila, Cebu, and Davao, ang growth centers talaga. Opportunities are only there. But by having a railway system in Luzon, Mindanao, probably here in Visayas later on, improve airports, ports, that will create growth nodes, growth development areas all over the different provinces, and that's produce jobs and opportunities. In ASEAN alone, na-overtake na tayo ng Vietnam. We're always top 5. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines. Now it's Vietnam. Because of our poor infrastructure and high cost of electricity. That's why I'm concentrating, and I have concentrated and defended most of the DOTR big build projects when I was in the Senate. Hopefully, makahabol tayo so that we can become attractive to investors again. So, probably one of the first bills that I will file if I make it to the Senate is the comprehensive master plan for infrastructure development and transport modernization. No? Because all presidents, no, nakatingin kasi yung problem because of our political system, nakatingin sila dun sa legacy nila, 6 years. But what can they accomplish in 6 years? So now with this comprehensive master plan for infra development, whoever sits as president, kahit sinong umupong pangulo, yung infra development dapat tuloy-tuloy. Planning should be 50, 100 years because these are big ticket items. So most presidents will have their own pet projects, both programs, but the infra development has to be continuous. So we need to have a blueprint that we have to follow in the next 50 to 100 years, whoever sits as president.
What do you think is the best more infra projects for Cebu, sir? Aside from
Cebu's traffic is getting worse and worse because of development and population. I think we really have to fast track mass transit, railways also, because the roads in Cebu are narrow. So kailangan magkaroon tayo ng mass transit instead of yung cars na every year. Nag-a-add tayo, I think 5,000 cars every data, I forgot the data. But thousands of cars are added to Cebu streets every year. So people have to, just like in progressive countries, developed countries, people from class A to E, they ride the mass transport. So kailangan tayo mag-mass transit. Sabi nga, it's a developed country is where the people have cars, but it's where the rich and the poor ride the mass transit system. I think that's the yan ang tingin ko. We have to get I hope that the leaders of Cebu will agree already. Kailangan natin fast track dito, MRT, either BRT, MRT, whatever, but we need a mass transit system for Cebu. We cannot anymore afford to add more cars to our streets. Hindi naman dumadami yung streets sa atin masyado eh. But I think that will be, yan ang vision ko lang, for Cebu's traffic. Because in Metro Manila, that's our problem. That's why we fast track the north-south commuter line, Laguna, Metro Manila, and Clark. It's already under progress. Nasa Clark na ngayon, development. Yung PNR, we are rehabilitating. During my time, we allotted 3 billion to buy new railway, new coaches, new trains. No? After 40 years, doon lang bumili ang PNR during my time that I defended. So, that's my vision, personally, because that's my advocacy talagang mass transit, movement of cars and people, movement of goods and people or passengers are very essential in the economic growth of any province.
So since you are for transport modernization, does it mean that you're also for the abolition of traditional jeepneys?
Well, siguro yung modernization of jeepneys, siguro slowly we can transition to that, no? Which are more environment friendly, safer, diba? I think we have to, there will be a transition period. Hindi naman pwedeng agad-agad, no? Because those jeepneys are, alam naman natin how yung history, those are American junk war equipment because of Filipino ingenuity converted it to as passengers. So I think it's about time we already look into modernization to make it more safer, more environment friendly for commuters.
Sa ilang taon na po pag-situation na po sa voting po, ano na po ba talaga yung napatunayan at makabeneficio po talaga yung mga tao?
18 years na ako sa public service. 9 years as mayor, 3 years as congressman, and 6 years as senator of the republic. As mayor, as I mentioned earlier, San Juan became a city, has the lowest poverty incidence because of transparency, because of computerization and good governance, investments poured in, we're able to boost jobs and opportunities, kaya lowest poverty incidence in San Juan. So we have improved the quality of lives of our people. I think as a public servant, that is our prime most goal is really how to improve the quality of lives of our people. As a Senator of the Republic, I was able to pass 2 landmark legislations, among others, no? And it will take years before this can be felt, but it is being felt now, especially during the pandemic. But if fully implemented, imagine zero balance billing for indigents, sa may hirap, sa mga seniors and PWDs, that will really improve the quality of lives of our people. At least yung savings ng mga tao, magagamit nila for their families, hindi na maubos sa medical expenses. Housing, of course, Department of Human Settlements. We want to give dignity and honor, of course. Dapat wala na squatters sa sariling bayan in the coming decades. So that is the intention. I think I have worked and I have strived for measures, no, that is really intended to improve the quality of lives of our people. Free Higher Education Act and also the principal author. So,
Sir, ano yung look forward natin kay election, sir? At ano na lang yung mensahe niyo para sa mga Cebuano?
well, I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that I will make it this time, in spite of the circumstances. It's been a difficult campaign, really. Hirap ang isa, malungkot, minsan, ups and downs, di ba? Parang you don't know, yung anxiety, ang hirap ang isa eh. Wala akong big stage, no, that I joined. Campaign mostly alone. I have problems with funding because I was ready for 2019 but I was not ready for 2022 because I was a re-electionist then. Hindi ko na makalain, hindi ako papasok nun, no? Having passed landmark legislations, I thought that I will be cruising along, but hindi pala, no? So I had to really think about it from the start. But when pandemic struck, a lot of problems came out, yung mga surge, pag may surge, kulang ang hospital, problema sa healthcare workers, whatever. As a bystander, as a private citizen, I told myself, if only the universal healthcare law was given priority and importance, it will be a big help, especially in this pandemic. That's why I decided to run again, in spite of the situation. Again, it's my mission and obligation to complete the universal healthcare law, first of all, so that we can also fight this pandemic and so that we can improve the quality of lives of our people. And at least, yung financial burden of medical expenses, if it can be, they can be relieved from that. The Philippine people can be relieved from that. So, kaya kapila ko, I'm appealing to Cebuanos, tulungan nyo lang po ako, tapusin ko ang universal healthcare law para mas lalong, hanggat maramdaman na ito ng bawat Cebuano at bawat Pilipino, ay siguro masasabi natin na talagang natupad na natin ang ating pangako. So, tulungan nyo lang po ako para talagang hindi na tayo mahirapan. So that's really my appeal. Ay tulungan din ako, tapusin ko lang, especially mga specialty centers, no? Lung, kidney, heart, and cancer center in different areas in the Philippines. For Central Visayas, in particular sa Soto Medical Center, to make sure na completed na para pag may open heart surgery, liver or kidney, high transplant or a complicated cases, hindi na kailangan dalhin pa sa Manila, dito lang sa Central Visayas, sa Cebu lamang, kaya na tayo sa. So, I still have a lot of things to do. Sayang eh, yung 3 years that I was out, no? Because I've started all of this. I'm hoping to pick up where I left off. Kaya sana, nakita ko sa mga sa susunod, sa mga Cebuano, supportahan nyo ko, nabangan nyo ko. Marami pa tayong gagawin. Gagawin natin lahat yan. Balik natin ang good one sa Senado. Number 22 sa Balota. JV Ejercito po. Mabuhay!